Hello and welcome to MC in Focus, MC's only live newscast. I am Joy Henry.
And I'm Luke Ciapetto.
New measures are being taken to help gang prevention in Montgomery County. A new anti-gang program for Germantown fifth graders is in the works by Montgomery County police officers at the 5th District Station. A citizen advisory board came up with the idea during its January meeting. If endorsed by elementary school principals and the school board, the program could start as early as next year. The program will attempt to reach out to kids before gangs get the chance. Officers will spend 2 to 3 days a week introducing students to the positive sides of police work, building respect for law enforcement, as well as aiding them from being influenced by gangs and deterring them from a criminal lifestyle.
A third man is in custody for the sexual assault of an 11-year-old Silver Spring girl. Montgomery County Police say Rogelio Mondragon was arrested Friday afternoon and is being charged with 1 count of second-degree rape. Mondragon and his 2 accomplices, Melquisadie Sordo and Marcos Torres Enriquez, approached and grabbed the victim last Thursday in the Piney Branch and Carroll Avenue area. They took her back to Sordo and Torres' apartment where they allegedly raped her, police say. Sordo and Torres are both being charged with rape and are being held without bond.
President Obama wants to spend $900 million to help schools with poor performance. The funds will be made available to any school district that agrees to fix its worst performing schools. Only 70% of high school freshmen graduate. President Obama says the crisis hurts the nation as a whole, shattering dreams and undermining an already hurting economy. The president wants to help 5,000 of the nation's lowest performing schools within the next 5 years. County council members are trying to close a $760 million shortfall. It was recommended that all local PEG cable operations be consolidated. PEG stands for Public, Education, and Government Channels, and this includes this very station. Council Vice President Valerie Irving asked, "If you were to shut down, would anyone miss your programs?" This is what one former student and employee of Channel 10 had to say.
Here on the station, there's a lot of things that we show. We talk about sports, we talk about local Montgomery College news, and report on it and talk about it and discuss it in detail. Working here at Montgomery College taught me the ways to be professional, taught me how to, just carry myself in a professional manner, in ways that I didn't think that I could be doing. And it got me a lot of great jobs, a lot of great experience that I don't think I would get otherwise.
Council members have not yet made a decision on the budget.
Officials from the United States Postal Service plan to ask Congress for permission to shorten its work week. The mail service says it lost $297 million in its first fiscal quarter. The Postal Service's plan would end mail delivery on Saturdays and cut back on some Saturday mail processing. Officials say these changes will save them about $3 billion a year and would avoid closing any post offices in the immediate future. Services that would continue on Saturdays are express mail and the processing of remittance mail. This past fall, we lost one of our most beloved and experienced people in the TV radio department, Professor Ann Norris. Here are some thoughts from former students and colleagues remembering her life and contributions here at Montgomery College.
Professor Ann Norris taught at Montgomery College for 20 years, sharing her career and life experiences with students. Professor Norris was dedicated to teaching broadcast studies and had a passion for the field. Here's what some of her students and colleagues remember.
If I had to say one thing, I'd say she was a fabulous, excellent editor. She taught me an awful lot, and she was just a natural. She didn't have to think about it, and she conveyed that to her students. She had a love of her teaching. She loved what she was doing, and she carried that over in her classes.
She was kind. A lot of people thought she was really strict and forward. But if she was like that with you, you knew that she cared and she saw something in you that that she believed in you as whether you were going to be a writer for TV, radio, or on camera, behind camera, whatever it was.
I think the thing that most of us will miss are her dry sense of humor, her arrogance, stubbornness, unwillingness to change. It was kind of refreshing. In a department that thrives on technology, she was very old school. She was very much to the point, no nonsense. And I think that's an attribute that all of us will miss.
One of my strongest areas as a producer-director is my writing. And I owe that to her. She taught me how to write for radio and TV. I've done a lot of long-form, mini documentaries, packages, short readers, everything for the channel next door. And every time I write a script, I use something that I learned from her.
As a tribute to Professor Norris, MC and Focus will be dedicating this season's shows to her.
Chips, bad for you. Fruit, now that's delicious. Yum, yum. Candy, ew. Milk is so good. Soda, ew. Juice, delicious. Sugary cereals, talk about bad for you. Grains are so delicious. Go bread. Guys, make healthy choices. Eat right.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. Fortunately, there are many things you can do to reduce your chances of getting heart disease. You should know your blood pressure and cholesterol level. Exercise frequently and maintain a healthy weight. Don't smoke. Get tests for diabetes. And eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. By doing this, you will be adding days to your life. This is an announcement from the National Institute of Health and this station.
Paren, miren, escuchen. ¿Sabían que cada año más y más latinos sufren heridas causadas por accidentes peatonales? Por favor, asegúrense de cruzar la calle con cuidado. Usen el paso de peatones para cruzar. Caminen solamente cuando está alumbrada la señal de caminar. Solamente basta una tragedia para cambiar una familia entera. Paren, miren, escuchen.
Toyota officials faced some tough questions on Capitol Hill this week over its troubled safety record. Officials from the company testified at a Senate hearing on Tuesday whether or not Toyota and federal safety regulators acted swiftly enough to deal with cases of sudden acceleration of the Japanese automaker's cars and trucks. Toyota's chief engineer and chief quality officer were among the witnesses. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood told Senate members that a mandate for a brake override device on all new Toyota vehicles was something regulators should consider. Toyota has recalled about 6 million vehicles in the United States.
The Chilean people are not the only ones affected by Saturday's earthquake. The devastating quake had a magnitude of 8.8. This has changed the entire Earth's rotation, which shortened the length of days on our planet. We lost 1.2 millionths of a second of sunlight after the Earth's north-south axis was offset by roughly 33 feet. The recent snow shows room for improvement in emergency response. The city of Gaithersburg may make changes to the just-finished emergency operations plan. Gaithersburg leaders say the city needs better communication and coordination with other jurisdictions. Councilman Michael Sesma says the city should add warming centers in case of outages. The city's new plan will follow recommendations from the Department of Homeland Security.
It looks like we're finally going to get a break from the gloomy days and rain we've been having. The rest of today looks partly sunny with highs in the low 40s. Mostly clear tonight, dropping down into the mid-20s. For Saturday, it's expected to be clear and sunny, with highs in the upper 40s, and the best days of this winter is going to be Sunday. Mostly sunny with highs breaking into the 50s. So get out and enjoy a day in some very pleasant spring-like weather. The Only Farmers and Artists Market is moving to a new home. The 2010 season will open May 9th on the old Montgomery General Hospital grounds. The change in location was caused by ongoing construction at their old Fair Hill location. Market President Janet Terry says she is thrilled about the agreement and that the people would like it because of the extra parking.
Welcome to the MC Community Calendar. This weekend at the Rockville campus, you can see the play She Loves Me at the Robert E. Perilla Performing Arts Center. Then on Tuesday, the Tacoma Park campus will be featuring conductor Dana Roethlisberger in the Towson University Symphonic Band. They will be playing from 8 to 10 p.m. The Germantown campus will hold a juried show where artists Asad Adikan and Giselle Olmsted will be displaying their work. The exhibit will be open this Monday and run through the end of the month. Exhibit hours are from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Globe Hall Atrium. Now let's go to Cliff Vincent with sports.
The Maryland Terrapins are tied for the lead in the ACC. The Terps defeated the Duke Blue Devils 79-72 in front of a sellout crowd on senior night at the Comcast Center in College Park. Maryland got off to a scorching start, leading the Blue Devils by as many as 14 points early in the game. Duke settled down towards the end of the first half and took their first early lead in the second half. The game seesawed back and forth until Sean Mosley put Maryland up for good with 2 free throws in the final moments. Maryland looks to end their season on a high note against the Virginia Cavaliers next week. John Salmon scored 22 points for the Milwaukee Bucks as they destroyed the Washington Wizards 100-87 in Milwaukee. Randy Foye and Andre Blatch each scored 18 points for the Wizards, but Washington couldn't overcome its 22 turnovers or a poor third quarter that saw the Wizards score a measly 12 points. Milwaukee took a 56-48 lead at halftime and were never seriously threatened in the second half. The Wizards fall to 21-37, solidifying their firm grip on last place in the NBA's Southeastern Conference. The Baltimore Orioles are settling into their new digs just fine. In front of a crowd of over 5,000, the O's christened their new spring training facility by defeating the Tampa Bay Rays 12-2 in the O's first ever spring training game held at Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota, Florida. Prospects Josh Bell and Ryan Hughes each hit 2 home runs for Baltimore, while veteran Nick Markakis added 1 of his own. Orioles starting pitcher Jeremy Guthrie threw 2 scoreless innings in his first appearance of the 2010 season. The O's look to improve upon a 2009 in which they fell just 2 games shy of losing 100.
Thank you, Chris. Jay Leno is back. He made his comeback to The Tonight Show on Monday, looking happier and more confident than ever. With plenty of Dick Cheney and George W. Bush jokes, it was like he never left his time slot. Leno was welcomed back by 6.6 million viewers, beating David Letterman with almost double the audience. You can catch Jay Leno at his regular time, weeknights at 11:35 p.m. on NBC. As for Leno's temporary replacement, Conan O'Brien, he's allowed to work for another network once his NBC contract is up in September 2010.
The National Zoo is welcoming newborn twin Andy and bear cubs. The cubs were born as mom Billie Jean was denned in a secluded spot in her exhibit for the winter. Both mother and cubs are not expected to be on exhibit for visitors until spring. However, the zoo has added a special webcam for public viewing. The bear cubs are the first cubs to be born at the National Zoo in 22 years, and they are the only surviving Andean cubs in a North American zoo since 2005.
That is all for today. I am Joy Henry.
And I'm Luke Ciapetta. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time on MC in Focus.